Okay, and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in FreeCol in our France run. We're working towards trying to have the colony be ready for its independence. Mr. Fur Trader, do we need a third one? The answer is no, we really don't need a third trader. We do want more free colonists. Newport News, okay. We're wasting wood in a location. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna get these guys loaded on the transport. Recruit-wise, 710 for free colonists. So we're starting to get to the point where it might actually just be cheaper to... yeah, it's a little cheaper to train expert ore miners, strip them of their specialty, and ship them to the New World than it is to accelerate recruiting. And/or I can just buy straight up. And that's what I'll do. I'll buy a couple veteran soldiers straight up. Equip them as dragoons. And send them to the New World. You'll boycott my coats. It's a 1% tax rate, so I'm just going to accept it. But we could have, in theory, said no there, and probably wouldn't change very much. 2 more veteran soldiers are trained. The fort is complete. Although the place where we built that fort is not building anything. To build anything, it would need more tools. We don't need blacksmith. Don't need any of those. College is tempting. Cathedral is tempting. We now have enough people there, apparently, that we can build a fortress. So I may want to drag in some more... it's fortress, not citadel. Might need to drag in some more tools so we can do some more construction projects here. At the moment, we're actually done. I suppose I can have him build a wagon train. But yeah, we want more tools here. As I have the building wagon train and realize that the place is positively full of wagon trains. Okay. Charlesburg needs a... Charlesburg would just train 2 people. So you become a dragoon. And you become a dragoon. You're a free colonist, so you become a builder. And you're a free colonist, so you become a farmer. I'm going to send this one up to Charles Fort in hopes that we can pick up some tools from there. Okay, let's put one more veteran there. Oh, the veterans will be mobile next turn. Yeah. We're making tools here. Those I could transport those tools over Tadosk. We're gonna have the next boat that comes back from Europe come back with tools. That's probably what I'll end up doing. We do college here, but we can't do university. We're not necessarily... Well, actually, no, we are making 6 surplus food, so I could do training here. Limited training here. I mean, I think it's... At least want to probably do the cathedral for more process, fortress, college, something like that. The construction of custom houses becomes possible. So that would, in theory, make it a little bit interesting for the fact that I would not necessarily need to export things to Europe any longer by boat. I just have to get them to the custom house and then just poof to Europe. Free frigate's tempting. Okay, so it's a toss-up between the frigate and the trade. We're going to go custom houses. We're maybe not going to be able to profit from them for very long. Do we want to mine more ore here? If we did that, we'd be able to export it to elsewhere. I don't think we're going to rush to that right away, but we could do that in the future. Okay, we have surplus tool production here, so I should probably transport the tools. And we'll transport the silver and... Oh, actually, let's transport the ore downhill first. Because we are turning ore into tools down in Charlesburg Royal. Okay, you have arrived with more free colonists. As Dragoon. As Dragoon. I remember to assign people ends. Got to assign teachers. Oops. Or did I assign... I may have forgotten to assign people teachers. Okay. And then we can unload the Dragoons here. We're not going to train them in the city. We're just going to unload them. Off to the old world with you. We'll check up on Quebec. We are making silver here, although not particularly fast. Actually, going to go ahead and activate this guy. And we're going to have him... Oh, well, actually, we're making enough food here. We'll just put him in. Making some Liberty Bells in the meantime. And then where else do we have natives? They're now colonists. There's one. We're gonna activate you. And we do have horses and guns here, so feel free to pick up a set of Dragoon equipment. Same here, activate you. We actually have some guns here, so we're even going to go so far as to say, you, arm yourself with some guns, and some horses. We've got horses here too. We're not making any guns there, but we have some. Here we actually need the boat to come around to do some transport across the lake. Although in the meantime, we can get these guys to be a little bit productive. We can assign one to make more of you. I can assign one more to the town without any real drawbacks. Or can I? That's actually a good question. Yep, we can just go, just get away with one. Hopefully those Liberty Bell should very rapidly allow us to put more and more in the town. So we might not bother shipping them across the lake. We might just make them get crosses. Well, we only got 2 more crosses we can get in here. And then more food for more horses and stuff. Because we are making horses here, although slowly. And then I know I had a lot down here. Oh, I suppose that is past tense. I had a lot down here. Don't need the food right now, so let's maximize cross production. Okay. That should be getting more migrants coming in pretty quickly. Although that means I'll need to be spending more time transporting them from Europe. There we go, another colonist on the docks at Europe. And then you can equip as Dragoon. Means we want to pick someone else who will work to become one to be taught. And we can drop off... Whoop, I don't want to drag the entire window, I want to drop off the ore. Ore dropped. That way we can keep the high tempo of tool and or gun production. Negligible drawbacks. And then we will continue this wagon train trip to drop off the tools. And then that's all the horses here for the moment, so we'll have to send them someplace else to pick up horses, which is what they're slowly rolling in for. We don't have any across the way. think we had some in this location. Yeah, we got 3 more loads of... Three more dragoons worth of horses over there. Oh, you are literally full on coats. Now, I'm probably over-preparing. This tends to be a thing I do when I'm not particularly rushed with something, as I just over-prepare for it. Although I maybe don't have the Sons of Liberty right now to declare in advance. But I suspect we will soon have far more troops than we need. And now compare the cathedral in 13 turns. Pick up Charles Fort. And you off to Europe. Oh, I have someone in Europe ready to pick people up, so... Yes, off to Europe with you. Sell the sugar. Sell the sugar. Pick up the guy. Pick up the people. Next one will be on the docks in 2, so we're not even going to send these guys out for 2 turns. I'm just going to leave the boat there. Yeah, prediction was in fact correct. Okay. So now we're getting a bunch more crosses here. In 3 more turns, we can shove another one into the town. We'll probably put them on food so we can get the horse production functioning again. I do need to get someone to transport them across the lake. So we probably want to get a caravel back at some point. You're looking for horses, and there's no horses there. Sorry. Next town. You want some horses? Good thing we have some horses for you. They decided to lower my tax rate, unusually, but taxes be lowered. Load on the ship, and go to that location. Actually, remember first. Bring some tools with you, then go to that location. You've arrived, partially be ready to pick up silver. Yep, just silver. Arrived, equipped as Dragoon. I've got... I don't have quite so many artillery pieces there. Let's have you park, go up to the hill. We got 1 artillery piece up there. That's... I probably want to mainly heavily defend the places that, you know, are where we get all our artillery and guns from. And I'm planning on actually designing the canal for the actual War of Independence, so... I don't need really to be defending that city with quite so many guns. So that'll bring that up to 5. So we'll have 5, 5. We got 3 there. I have 1 there. Drag back the 1 from over here. No, that's just a veteran. Drag back the 1 from here and bring it over. And yeah, our military count is spiking. We're up to 44 dragoons. We'll probably be good to go. We probably actually have enough already. I want a little bit more veterans trained, is really where we're at. Waiting for the veterans to train. And my fortification activities to complete. I don't even know if my fortress here yet. They're all. FreeCol has become a lumberjack. That's really didn't need or want that, but he's a lumberjack now. Be able to go in one turn. I could make use of another Weaver, so we'll definitely take the Weaver. We'll hang out here for a little bit before we send them back to the New World, filling up the transport ship. Oh, this is the cannon ramming. I have one of these guys. What do I want to do with him? I'll leave him as is. In 2 turns, we'll just have him go with guns. That's where. It's gonna be one of those days for the hotkey, is it? Crossbow Royal. Oh, okay. Grab the Weaver. We did get enough suns or bells to complete that. So we can get the custom house built. I would like George Washington. He's really the only one we're waiting for. We'll grab John Paul Jones. We'll take that frigate. And if we're not offered Washington, we'll probably just pick one at random and then prepare to declare independence. And then we probably do want a custom house over the artillery. And then we basically just set this to say, hey, you know all the cigars that are piling up at astronomical rates? Yeah, just vend those as quickly as they come in, please. Veteran soldiers need a new student. Oh, I forgot to assign a student on the last turn. Oops. New Pachi converts. So we're gonna have more converts, as you can see. You don't getting them upgraded to free colonists does not stop you from getting new ones to replace the old ones. Oh. I had another lumberjack. That's not what we wanted, but we can work with that. I can work with that. It's not a problem. I'm gonna put more people in the city. We do need more food, so we're actually gonna send the lumberjack to go make food in the forest. You're getting assigned that teacher, you're getting assigned that teacher, you're getting assigned that teacher. Okay, and the Indian convert is better at farming than the free colonist. So we're going to free up the free colonist. I'm actually going to make the free... No, we'll make food first. So we'll drop you in. If you get another one, we'll free up that free colonist, mount him on a horse, and start riding him out to the coastline. Honestly, we're probably getting close to the point here. Oh no, we're quite a stuff. We're only 55%. So it's predicting 45 turns. In 45 turns, I don't need all these guys in the town hall. We can send most of them off. In fact, before then, because they'd be the last two. We could pull two of them out, and that probably would be bringing the requirement down by 2 as well. Okay, so you've brought tools. We don't actually want to keep you as a pioneer, rather we brought the tools, so we have tools for construction stuff. I'm pretty sure we have a storage limit here of 300. So if I actually take one of you, equip as a scout, that works, okay. That leaves the tools behind. Then we take the rest of the tools farther inland. That's what I will do. Order guns there. I think we might want to actually get the gun production going back in the capital area again. Well, we got 100 guns there, so I'm not in a super rush for that. We have 100 guns there. Okay, so we're just short on horses. Yeah, we're just short on horses. Which isn't surprising, because we're having people, you know, heavily in the towns making food and not horses. We got another one in turn, so we want to leave you there. Another free colonist. Tools in Charlesburg are near cap. Okay, if tools are in Charlesburg are near cap, and that means it's time to get Mr. Gunmaker making guns. And our cigar level's a little high, which means we probably want to send a boat around to pick up cigars. Or what we're going to do, because I realize that all the boats are currently accounted for, so there's not going to be one coming around anytime soon, is just load cigars on the cargo wagons. You want tools? You're not getting tools. You want tools and rum? I might give you rum, but no tools. You want rum and cloth? I may give you cloth. Yeah, we'll load 90 cloth on the transport here. Activate you, and your job will be to go to sell some cloth. Don't have enough storage place for the rum. Rum's gonna be full. Okay, we're gonna take you off the... Clear your orders. We're gonna take you off the trade route for the moment, and you're temporary storage for rum. Okay, how many do we have up there? 4. Okay, so you want to be number 5. And you can become a dragoon. We got 5 dragoons there, we got 5 dragoons there. The rest, I think we're actually going to break up when we make the final moves for independence. So... Fortifying plates. Your job is to get to Caroline. French Scout, we need guns. You can go pick the gun next door. Yeah. Twitch chat saying we're getting veteran soldiers. Might be missing a little bit of context there. I probably wasn't paying enough attention, so I think I missed when you put that comment up. But yeah, we're recruiting a bunch of veteran soldiers at this point. Either training them or buying them back in the old world, so we can get enough troops. We probably actually arguably have enough troops already. And I'm probably being overly prepared. You're here to drop off tools. We got enough for the warehouse expansion. Don't necessarily have enough to make a rum factory. Yeah, you're dropping tools here. And then what do I want to do with you? I can put you out to make food. Not too bad. I'm gonna have you drop the tools as well. Remove your tools. Okay, so now we have enough. We want to do the rum factory. Do the rum factory here. And we'll see how fast the construction goes. We may end up just backpedaling on that because we don't need it. We'll take the cannon at this point. Europe, we're loading people. As long as we're getting a person to turn, we're gonna leave the boat in Europe. Here we go. Yep. 2 turns, okay. We're gonna start using the New World, Charlesburg Royal. Sell the cloth. I will buy the horses back from you. Oops. The window event, which was not the intent. Okay, so we don't want you. We don't want you. If we were doing privateers, we'd probably go with you. Okay. At this point, we're going to pick you up. I don't have any privateers, but that's fine. How ready for war do I feel? We're outnumbered in cannon by 11, but that's fine. It's mostly defensive action, so unless they break into the cities and we're having to fight them in the cities, those cannons won't be too much of a problem. We outnumber their cavalry by 24, a little bit over 24 once we arm up the teachers. There you go. You get equipment tools. So I'm going to start final preparations. Yeah, I'm going to start final preparations on declaring independence. So with that, that means we're going to be tearing the city now. So we're not needing to make any more sugar, so sugar gotta get out. We're not too worried about the empty mill production, so we can start shuffling those guys out back to the town. We need a lot less food production. Although I'm going to try to transport this stuff out of here, right? So we need to get the wagon over to do that transport. Which presumably means we need space in the wagon, so the wagon's going to have to get a couple turns while we transport stuff. Okay, so now you're empty, so you can go inland. The caravel is just going to promptly try to take the rum back across the river. Across the lake. We'll have someone waiting for it to start getting transported out, potentially to get it sold somewhere. Oh, I've got another frigate. I think we're going to leave it there so we can pick up some colonists, but you can stay in here for the moment while we're doing the slow disassembly of our colonies. With colony disassembly on the mind, that means Quebec needs to get packed up. You guys slow walk the silver miner so I can save the food. You know what? Sure, we'll slow walk the silver miner so we can save the food. Activate you. Your job is probably to get to Europe for one last vending of silver. And then we go to Quebec. And silver miner, abandon the town. We're gonna equip you with guns. Do we unload? It's gonna take a couple trips to get everything out of here, isn't it? Yeah. Come on. Yeah, we probably don't need the tobacco, but we're gonna take the tobacco. Activate you. Actually, we should leave the tobacco for a little bit later, because the tobacco isn't gonna fill up all our pack and everything. So you go to town. I have more carts here, right? Yeah, I got more carts here. One of them's got loaded with stuff that we should probably actually in the town, so horses. Don't drag the entire one out. Okay, so we load some more other stuff. Probably load the horses. So horses go in. Food's gonna start piling up. We'll do the, what's left? Is the tobacco and the food? Okay. We'll do one more round trip just to get the rest of this stuff out, and then the last guy can walk off, abandoning the place. More veteran soldiers trained. Liberty membership's up at 76%, so we can declare when we're ready. Guns in the location's about to overflow, which is probably perfectly fine. Okay, your task, although you will likely not succeed, is to walk to Charlesburg Royal the slow way. You can walk to Charlesburg Royal. We just determined that Charlesburg Royal has, you know, too many guns, so we can try to fix that. Gonna have you go up there. We are trying to generate ore there for mining reasons. Can you get to Ville-Marie this turn? No, you'll be there next turn. Please deliver the rum. Okay. Is there any places we can sell rum locally? You don't want rum? You'll take rum. Go sell them some rum. You become a dragoon. You become a dragoon. You want someone to farm that tile. Can I get someone to farm that tile? Yeah. Plop another one on there to get custom house done a little bit faster. I could run a food deficit of -1 for a couple turns to get the custom house done. Oh, although you're a seasoned scout, so I'm going to quickly do some figuring. You want to be a dragoon? Storage issues. Too much stuff for poor storage. Okay. In the meantime, do the little guys in the carpenter. You're assigned to the teacher. You're assigned to the teacher, and you're assigned. Well, I say assigned to a teacher. So in five more turns, we'll have 3 more veteran dragoons, and we'll have the custom house, so everything can just go out by the custom house. So I don't have to be shipping stuff to Europe. We just have to send people to Europe every once in a while to pick up the new volunteers for the war effort. Do they know they're coming to join a war effort? Who knows? Okay, cargo wagon has arrived. We're not making any more sugar, so I can load the last of the sugar on the cargo wagon. Next time back, you can pick up the cotton, some food. So that's going to take multiple trips. That's going to be a bit slow. May even be worth bringing some of the cargo wagons around. How many... Oh, that wasn't what I tried to do. We only have one wagon there, apparently. Holding codes. Lots of codes. Which, in hindsight, let's activate that wagon. We know the custom house is going to be able to sell stuff, so we'll go move to where the custom house is so we can immediately dump it. There. Thinking about it. Unlike the cigars, where we don't have the space where we dump the codes into that stockpile. Okay. Two turns. The next one will be ready. Ville Marie has too much tobacco, but we need tobacco in the capital, so it's just a matter of getting those two sorted. Skip the turn there. Fortify. You know, I'm a little worried about Charles Fort, so we're going to send up the veterans up to Charles Fort. We're going to go up to 10 to Charles Fort. Because when the ward does go hot, that's going to be one of our main places where we're getting the ore to put more guns. Oop. Okay. How do I want to deal with that? Might just accept we have penalties for... Oh, no, we're not making enough Sons of Liberty Bells. Okay. Yeah, so that way we stop wasting cotton for the moment. When is the rebel? 18 turns? Really? I guess that's the case. Okay, we got enough wood iron. Alright, so let's put the lumberjack in there, get that. Nobody else going a little faster. Actually, no. Don't. Where's the galley? Don't fortify the galley. We do want it to go inland. Into the lake for the moment. Because the sort of the transport out of Caroline here is going to take quite a while if I have to do it all by caravel, so... And yeah, at this point I don't think we're going to finish that rum distillery, but... Or even if we do finish it, we're probably not going to make good use of it, but... We'll continue the current trajectory for the moment. Okay, so the silver miners have arrived. We're just going to equip them as dragoons. Or one of the silver miners arrived. You've arrived there, so you're going to pick up what's left. So the tobacco, the food, and then you leave. Short on horses. One of these is loaded. horses. Drop the horses into the inventory. You mount up. Cargo wagon arrives with horses, so drop those in the inventory as well. Got more guns. Gonna turn the gun production off for a moment. We've got enough guns. That way it can be unloaded. 2 turns until the custom house is done. Oops, actually, other way around. One of that loaded. You can just stay in the town for the moment. Last wave of sugar has arrived. So when they work through all that sugar, the distilling will be done, and we'll just basically pack up this town as well. The coat inventory is full again. Okay. The cigar inventory is basically full. Oh, the struggles of not enough cargo capacity. I'm also not doing a particularly great job of shipping, I suppose. Okay, so one of you wants to go there to pick up the coats. And then I guess I'm gonna have to pick up the cigars. Well, some of the cigars, so we don't overflow on cigars. And the empty one wants to go down to Caroline. You're going to Cayenne for transport purposes. We're slowly acquiring more of various things, right? So we're getting furs just for being where we are. We're getting horses because we feed the horses, and the horses multiply because of that. 2 turns, most of the food is going to turn into a seller, into a colonist. So yeah, I think the next time we come back, we should basically be packed up. Maybe the next time. It depends upon how the math works out, getting the horses to go. If we get the horses up to 50, we just have someone mount up with them to transport them. So. Okay, you have rum, and you're here to sell the rum. Selling rum. That's a good price for rum. What are you selling us back? Horses. I'll buy horses off you. And then in Europe, the boat can still keep picking people up. 3 turns out. Okay, we're not going to wait around in 3 turns because that one will be in. So you... actually, no, remain where you are. We want to pick up some stuff. Probably just straight up just equip them as dragoons. You become a dragoon. You become a dragoon. We can afford to purchase some more artillery, so we will. Okay, the custom house is done, so now instead of transporting things to the old world, I can just transport the Charlesburg Royal and the custom house can do the exporting. Obviously, that's better early in the game. Not right before you declare independence, but we've got it now. You want tools, you're not getting tools. You want tools, you're not getting tools. You will buy rum, so you go there to sell rum. Then we can pop in here, pop into the customs house, which is effectively the warehouse. And we can set various things to export, like cigars. We're not going to save any cigars, no one wants to buy them. Cloth, no one wants to buy it, so export at 0. Rum, there's one person who wants to buy it, but we've already got some going to them. Silver is only an export, the natives do not buy it. And codes. So every time we end a turn, those will go and get sold, down to those limits. Is it going to turn red if I do? Yes, okay, so I need it to be below the storage limit, so that I think it could technically get sold at the beginning of the turn, not at the end of the turn. That sort of thing is what's going on there. So we'll wait a turn, put more cigars in here, wait a turn, put the last of the cigars in here, we'll have a bunch of money coming in. Which of course now means that your job is transporting things like fur over to here. Get stuff to the port. And then we actually want you to go back to Cayenne. Okay, do I have enough horses and guns to make you a dragoon? The answer is yes. You've brought food and tobacco, both of which will be somewhat useful. You're bringing in more fur, and a person who needs guns. We don't have any guns here, so unmount them. And they'll go running off somewhere else to get the guns. And then you want to go back to Caroline for transport reasons. You've arrived for various transport reasons. Okay, so we can pick up... probably actually want to transport the guys who need guns first. Oops. Although I suppose they could walk around. That would be fine. And the rum. Okay, load is full. Okay, looking at the time, it's probably about an hour. We're going to put a part break in here. I'm going to go get a cup of tea. I think in the next hour or so, so the next part, we will probably declare the independence. It may take a fourth part to actually get independence. It depends on how quickly we can shoot up the Royal Expeditionary Force. We'll go out with a look at the military advisor, so you get an idea of the comparison of forces. I've probably over-prepared, so this should be very easy. And if I haven't, then I will look very stupid. Although, again, I think I probably over-prepared. I think we've got more cavalry than we need. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Until the next part. And with that, bye for now.